It was the ship that carried the weapon which ended the greatest war in human history. A mission so secret, it changed the world forever. Yet just days later, that same ship was abandoned by its own navy, left to burn, drown, and vanish into silence. Here at the Time Navigator, we unearth the stories history tried to forget. And this is perhaps the most shameful of them all. The story of the USS Indianapolis, of 1,200 men who served with honor, and of a betrayal so deep, it became America's darkest naval disaster. July 16, 1945. The USS Indianapolis slipped out of San Francisco Bay on a mission shrouded in secrecy. Her orders: sprint across the Pacific at record speed and deliver a deadly cargo to Tinian Island. That cargo was Little Boy, the atomic bomb that would incinerate Hiroshima. At the helm was Captain Charles B. McVay III, a respected officer, calm under pressure, known by his men for his steady leadership. Neither he nor his crew knew the full truth of what they carried. Their only command: deliver it faster than any ship before. In 7 days, a record-breaking voyage, the Indianapolis reached Tinian and completed the delivery that would change the fate of Japan and the world. But as the men breathed relief, new orders arrived. Proceed to Guam for resupply, then sail to Leyte, Philippines. They thought the worst was behind them. In reality, their nightmare was only beginning. July 30th, 1945. 14 minutes past midnight. The Indianapolis was alone in the Philippine Sea. No destroyer escort, no air cover, just darkness. Suddenly, 2 Japanese torpedoes smashed into her side. The first ripped open her bow. The second destroyed her engines. Lights gone, radios gone, fire everywhere. In just 12 minutes, the pride of the U.S. Navy slipped beneath the waves. Out of 1,196 men, about 900 escaped the sinking. But survival in the water was a cruel illusion. The Pacific sun scorched their skin. Oil burned their eyes. Thirst drove men insane. Some drank seawater and turned delirious, attacking their shipmates. And then, the sharks came. Oceanic whitetips circled by day, attacked by night. They dragged men under as others watched helplessly. It was the largest mass shark attack in recorded human history. The water would erupt with screams, then silence. We never knew if we'd live to see another dawn. But the sharks weren't the worst part. What came next was even more unforgivable. 4 days, 4 nights. Hundreds of men screamed, burned, and were eaten alive, yet no rescue came. The Navy failed them. Distress calls went unanswered. One commander was drunk. Another dismissed it as a Japanese trick. Worst of all, when the Indianapolis failed to arrive in Leyte on August 1st, nobody reported her overdue. The mission's secrecy had buried the men in silence. Their sacrifice erased because the bomb they delivered was more important than their lives. By sheer chance, a patrol pilot spotted survivors on the 4th day. The largest naval rescue in history followed, but only 316 men remained alive. For the Navy, this was a scandal. To cover their catastrophic failures, they needed a scapegoat. They chose Captain McVay. He became the only American captain in World War II ever court-martialed for losing his ship to enemy action. Even the Japanese submarine commander who sank the Indianapolis testified that McVay was blameless. But the Navy ignored the truth. They sacrificed their captain, just as they had sacrificed his men. Haunted by grief and hate mail, Captain McVay took his own life in 1968. But his crew never abandoned him. Survivors fought for decades to clear his name. In the year 2000, Congress finally exonerated him. The story of the USS Indianapolis is not only one of tragedy, but of loyalty, courage, and betrayal. Proof that even secrets buried in the deepest oceans will one day rise to the surface. To honor the 879 men who never came home, write "Rest in Honor" in the comments below. And tell me, Do you believe the Navy's silence was unforgivable? Share this story. Because here at the Time Navigator, we bring history's buried truths back to light. Subscribe and join the search.